let's move on and talk about Deel. Now, if you don't recall, Deel was accused by competitor Rippling of essentially hiring a spy inside of Rippling's operations, exfiltrating information, and essentially being very, very poorly behaved. And when this lawsuit dropped, it was essentially, I think, the startup equivalent of like a bombing raid. Like it just was causing explosions all over the place. People were like, are you serious? It read like really bad, like James Bond fan fiction inside the startup world. Like if you,
it's like John Le Carre. It's like a spy novel in there, you know? They're leaving secret messages.
But a bit more airplane than, you know, like Jack Reacher. Like
inept guys trying to do a John Le Carre.
It's like if Lon and I tried to like break into Google. Like, you know, we'd eventually get caught and people would say that we weren't very good at it. Okay, so that's the groundwork here. Time has passed. And now Deel is trying to correct the narrative a little bit. And I want your opinion about how good of a job they're doing. So the FT reports that a certain Rippling employee, a Brett Alexander Johnson, who was a, quote, competitive intelligence manager, Deel says, posed as a customer and accessed details of its products and business practices over the course of about 6 months. Rippling responds and says, these are allegations of a junior consultant who later became a full-time employee reviewing non-confidential materials available to thousands of Deel customers. Quote, we're looking into it. This doesn't sound like anything like the same scale of bad behavior.
No.
And so to me, Lon, this doesn't actually change the scales very much.
Like, you know, there's only a few ways to respond to like, hey, you purposefully sent a guy to spy on us. And one of the things that you could argue that would maybe potentially get you out of that would be, well, they weren't stealing like confidential information. They were just stealing stuff that you guys had lying around. They're trying to be like, hey, these weren't really like top secret things no one could see. These are things any of our customers could have stumbled upon if they were looking for them. But what it doesn't address is the intentionality behind it.
Yes.
That regardless of what you stole, you stole. Like they're not denying the core allegation, which is they had this employee pose as a customer, take things from Deel and then show them to Rippling, which they then use. They're just like, yeah, but it wasn't like stuff you guys had locked up in a vault. And it's like, well, that's okay.
I think you can make quite a big mountain out of a molehill. So I kind of disagree with you because if someone who was probably at the time a consultant, which is why Rippling pointed that out, went through the customer onboarding flow as a test, got some stuff that said, here's how to use Deel, and then gave that to me is so low grade. I would say, okay, that CEO should buy the other CEO a drink. The Deel spying, the Rippling allegations about Deel spying were a magnitude higher. So to me,
I agree. I mean, I'm not saying these are equivalent cases.
Okay.
But I do feel like it's still not really like a full, it's like 2/3 of an excuse. It's like, okay, that excuses the worst of it, but you're still admitting to the core allegation.
Fine. I'll take that. But I don't think that what Deel has done.
We should make it clear both of these companies are making allegations about one another. It's not just going one way. That we didn't like fully set that up, I feel like.
I will say also, we have seen today or in the past the Rippling suit. I have not gotten my eyes yet on Deel's complaints.
Right.
And so I haven't had a chance to read through the whole thing. Perhaps they're actually quite salacious. From where I stand now, it does feel a bit like a BB versus a bazooka. And that's what I'm trying to point out about the relative scale here.